Yentina kopem sabre no wadwenche ne susue bi a wa wonim dada social media handles ahodro no wotwie gu ho a obi so benya bire na wakenkan na yenyina yato adwene ade mama ne kanko ne ne puntu midin ade Agya Kwabena na no pay ye hia yi me ka say special ice kura ye mu me de simanum e special cola ye was special apple wa ha any other flavors no bomodin son sa betumi aka bi abere bia yiyo abadin to ba bibia beko bia no efie mpo ankwada no eno ana eso bia no me amenu bi papa cola is to be the frafra ne mama no tumi yekoyie pa afi special ice nso de sinso ye nkwa nso nso menko no muso de yare bebrɛw enti besrew se ode wani ebe kire dwoma kokoto nso na kokoto nso de special ice na se woto kisase bibie tu nso ni free ye processes afama ansa na bidu baby a edure no very 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 hygienic pa sanso ena de wotuom de osahye mu no ni nya pepepe this way de your friend sebenhia sankama na nka enim se betumi adidi anadwo ayefuru nya kese ebetumi anu bi anopa ama kanya ne pedua no ama etumi de akoniaba ebra oye bohu anopa no num this way bo se body ni nyina be hya se adwuma gidigidi kunyane nyane nkwamwa na aye mre ne honam akwa na aye mre ni nyina no na wotumi asore aye adwuma yedi fufu asese ni fufu ma ne enhye ye ho a ma wonya cheko tin da bida ni fufu da romanti ya ye body ya ni ye ba yire na ne de aye ni ba fufu no ye body ya ne dua body no apem papa bi apentu papa bi onia ba papa bi ene aka ni nyina de afra ni fufu no ti so ka epotim eye twan na ni tabekwan so de yabada nyiwe ko yase se wo musu yemu na yedi dwumadi ebrewo ene yebedi nkomo ade amfa sama hodo a isisi ye na otwe besin koye ene na wotwe mu na yaje abedwafo adwenkyere no mususu ye na fe no achi no de aka no yede atoaso na nsa na yebedi san nkomo no yebeka koko ho asam ne still na epende yebeka ho asam na yaka 24-hour economy enra ene na nansa na mampani yede nkrata no koma no na ode ne sa hya se no ayemra awon ba be ye adwuma bebi sase edien na ewo mu na emfaso be no man no ebenya ewo so na so yebetumi aye no kwan be so ne befa so ebeye ni nyina yebedi ho nkomo ene anopesan se yensam a esese ye ka ho asem pa o man ne kan ko ne punto nyina no se ne ma no so na ejinigina enti we ni nsema wodo bi ne be ka ho asem na ansa na no yeni komotiawa ansa na se abedwafo betena se omotena se aya se subaya nkwa o ma da na di wofie no se wo fie na se wo ma no ebuade a akwada bi obaba fie ho bia no osunsua wo ma no ema ma no so ebuade se ekoba se ebia wo ma mu ade a sa pepepe netie akwada obaba hono so no wono so omu ade na eno achi se wo ba esuban besesa na gina akwada no obedi agro no so eyade ho hia ye pa nti tubeka se efie wo de menkum akwada woni ni agro nti suban ye suban bo ne ebese wo ma no wo hwe kwan se mese wo ma da bi so ya bontinsu ni no de ne ho ben wo ma na so be ya bese wo ma na wo kro wo fo no so betumi agina ka say hey me ma me fi ha bio ma one me ni agro yes esa so bo ma ne ho ban sa na o man ti o man nye bibia keke o man ti se busua o man ti se jane na awo ma nti awofo no wo ho mpanyifo ahwe o man no so ne awofo no na amanfo wo manum no eye ema ne ma bi koso ase bi sha ase na se yeka aya na minim adwene a ebinim nya meka galamse ho nsam sase efi ha meka ye kan me badane otamfo mpo anya bandada na abreso me start kan 2013 ka galamse ho nsam e ka me kan ye wo fi ha kan ye ene bibia galamse de eduru nie ene bibia galamse e de eduru no enu nie sa brena yeni abrena ye ka no ɛna yɛnya aso bi tie yɛn a anka yɛbɛtu na mka yɛn sɛ yɛn so ne yɛ kwae sɛ de ayɛ ni saa bere na yɛne abere ne yɛka no sanka wɔn afa nipa ho ahi esan sɛ mo Harvard University ne yɛ mu binom anko bi nti no yɛn sɛ maka ne nyansa nim mo na yɛn sɛ nyinaa yɛaso de agu mutirim anka so bi tie saa bere from 2013 bɛpim saa bere ya anka yɛn so ne yɛ kwae ansɛe sɛ de ne ayɛ anka nipa bebree anhwere mo nkwa sɛ de ɔmo ahwere no yarwa hodo a ɛbɛka honam na kwa bi te sɛ yɛ mmerebo yɛ harawa ɛne yare yɛ ba no ɛnya agorɔ sanka yɛtie saa bere no a anka nyɛ ne yɛnɛ bibia bobo aba yɛka ho asɛm yɛka nanso ɛno nso obi ayɛ din so ntie ɛno ne moto yɛ nenam kuromu yi ɛno ne abobo yɛ nenam kuromu yi Accra is the capital city of Ghana. Accra and the capital city of Ghana. Now so ne den yehu. Ene eden yehu. Baby obefa bia sabotofo nko a. Yan kase mo bi nya dwuma odabi. Obi aye ne bibia mfa mranto ho. Emra ne nya dwuma keke. Baby abefa bia na abobo ya afoi. Anajo 11:30 p.m. Unam highway no na abobo ya nam so a oni tail light. 11:30 p.m. anajo 11:30. Abobo ya enam a oni tail light. Abobo ya atwini ya abobo ya otonu ni abobo ya enra mi ho ba ko bi na mi re ho pa. Abobo ya tonu ni abobo ya omo de ahome ye hata nyama osu ya na akyekere e na otwe no enti do de animu na otwe na speed no kwaye na egbu na de wachi na atwe no no so ko bi saa na eye na wo ba bi nso enam kwa no ho a ekwa ne 1 2 3 abofu ha ya enti bro de odi kan no no engine ye adwuma no etu ekona no accelerate ya moto ne bum 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 no ana de wachiri no so twe ne kwa sei ana ko twi uba no na wo brother driver no ko kan ho asam no enra wa hu me were ho papa abobo ya fo sei ada na uba driver na ko ka sei o mo de abobo ya na twi uba kan kasa mo kan so nya ga na kasa wo mo ntehwe woman titwi na ye ka no brofo so mo nte enra ya umanim huhuhu dami so mo nya Ghana fo you see ye ka ye ntan hoho da bi o na mo hoho bobobo ye man de ye be ka ho asam mpanyifo mu pa mo ntie mo pa mo nyai bi ka galamse asam initially say ya kana campaign for tie ya nkanye ne na hwe ena hoho ne tu galamse pa I'm telling you ahoho ne tu galamse pa wo Ghana ya nche binom usi no nansen ya nipa 34 no emu 4 pe ena na Ghana fo 30 ni nyina Niger fo ya chi na mefo ekochi nipa 34 sa 34 ne mu 4 pe ena Ghana fo 30 no aye Niger fo yetiti ho ena mranti ya be gukurum omudi moto yi chese omokọ no se de omopewo enye wo obese wo sad be roko ne ba bi kro fie okra anajo kon no light he said omo ya kra ne se ebra wo kọ ne sei no no hia wo na omo so bobo bi anu ya no atro the light and to wo you see mom yehwe bibi no natural light dey ato anim say gon nti wo a wo ba no hu hwe na de muso nkan na fa o kan no fa twi ni kakra bi ho na bo se nyame odo within a twinkle of an eye on be du ho na dwuma be di wu no sa awo shi Ho kwan yi sei saa main road ye da awoshi saa kwan kese ya mu aye tuwe driver ni bi onu se Uber driver saa wotie account na eye moto no mfom so ena ode pem no ena motor driver rider no etitoy within a just britie bi no omo bu driver na omo bu ba driver na enya agro omo bu no papa. That's the impunity omo de onema organa ha pani bi eto enyina kan no tum se ehu hwe ya ye din se ehu hwe aje ni didia na didi ko didia na didi ko hwe sa bandits ye mu kunkunkunkum krofo obokina na sefo yi a omo kokum ye nua no ya no omo de motor ne ya adwuma omo fa cars omo de motor. All right, omo de motor. And it's so disheartening. It's so disheartening. So to memu, na ni pe bebo mani ma woni be bi obu free. No ma betina eye do mo pa ye pay phone to me nka hwe. Ya. Na ya hwe ye de ne sa, ye ne bebe ahun no. Na aye too late. Ye ngo bi enye ye. Gradually, woman integrate into the system one. They say they are even more Ghanaians than we the Ghanaians. They are becoming more Ghanaians because omu mushi. Mbongo so man obia to be adope bia nto na bobo ya na light in nature ko bia to be in foco. Nti amana aba be ya agyeman. Wa be soro awo yeso ene yetewo ene yehwe ene obi anka hwe. Ya didimu ye ne baba ya so no se de ka galamse nsem a obi antie ye ne galamse ama man na ye de obi ni de obi no. Ya de ne sa we nya galamse o onko sa asase. Mba ye ne ma bia ensese ye omo firi he in any case omo firi he de no munya sika to mito moto wan de to moto ne ma wo ahe fa no mote wan de omo bae me be sore so na mo me kai ye wura one lawyer Maliba am say national road safety on no ye penny oda no na me hwe no TV station bi na some kind ne say nipa etwi sa pragya moto ni na sefo Ghana about 80% are not Ghanaians. I don't know kan yam nam kan 80% are not Ghanaians. It is a better now. Let's see beje jaya ho. Na me say the pe go man mai de omo pe bia ye de omo pe bia mre bia etumi chron papia. E boy ma ye nyina. E say be say ma ye nyina. Ene asema me kan de bia so man no yesichiri ni yi a yebenya so foso yesichiri ni yi a ebese ni ahwe yi a ahowo be chichiro man na mayen na omo chichiri so omo chichiri sade a me no mienu ye pe no omo be chichiri sade a wo mo pe se na be situ wo mo nti be wiase no ebidu bebi ni yen ye ahowo ye be yen koa na ahowo no mum aba be ya dehye sa na ye pe no a yentina ho sa salamu alaikum ye kwaba. Awie adesimama yekwaya ya babedwafo ye krado nti be hya hye di nkomo anisa ena no pay wo ma beka mesa no wa ha nti meye na ma don wadi na sorry wo munyina na ene ye nua baba ko papa da fom nti fie be ko nungwa akokuja na odeja ne papa kwan oyelo ye ni na okasa ede ma ban na no de nso kakra fan biti sanan o papa da fom tene yenyina be kuja no na odeje ne papa kwan so I to wada obibi enko da unim se de sitie wo so papa kwa wa hwere ne mapa mame so kwa wa hwere ade unia so kwa sa nti if you are yebeko na yakuja yenu aba Beatrice na odeja ne papa kwan na mi wayi kase bi panso onungwa na say yi na onungwa ne dey on the 6th and 7th of March na ebekoso ni nyina ne say ye mamme ba ko pe Deaconess Agnes Aba Nyansowa Mensa do na freno anti agi ono so da form on the 7th of March and ibeja no kwan ewo nungwa na me ya sementumi ankosara me mame ansa na oko ne kasa ofo so ani gemo de me kasa no ma nya de kura ntumi ankosara no na mame de koye enu nti ma fere na so yeden nya sewi nti no yakopon ya adom ebeko na yakwakuja omukwan na kuja no kwan fefe on the 7th no en wasa na me kan nti mo na me fo nyina ebeko bi nti aji anopei me mo achi chia papa no nuanu na busuani nyina ebrepam no yebedi ho enkomo wie ana no pabedje fo abeka mensa na yebehya se edi nkomo no minifa so pe Emmanuel Kutin executive director at the Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism wa yene no ebedi nkomo ena afi de omi binkum so Ebu Bokman or deputy communication director dema United Party UP de oto so honorable Fuseni Donko or deputy director general edema of finance and administration edema National Service Authority ana de oto so no menua me hu na che na oyi me ma ya na akwa no aba asamba to me abrati ye na oyeminu pa ansa na obeye member of parliament na odogo me kakra na mseja uni adogo afanisa ai okwaya waba honorable Ali Maiga Halidu o lawyer ni kra sanka ho ese mini ha kranka ne Doma West emrashe bejani ma munyi na achi mama kwa aba ba minu me hu wache pa David. Oh, many apa. Those is na coco useji. Nana Cass. Hitman no. Na Oma Kaka.
Hello.
Yedi Emru. Ebu what today? Good. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
It's always been by His grace.
I don't the radiasi. Ima?
Yeah.
Na dabana ko sabuba.
I think this year me ko ba ko pe.
Na ko ba ko pe. Akame. Akame esem so me ko.
This year akoba ko pe na akoba ko pe.
Makoba ko pe. Ba mbesa akwenche bia.
Ayo. Ene na me so enche me so me ko bi because sabuba e ho na me free.
Waka bre. Ya tia bre.
Oh, if sabuba.
Sabuba for cry. Omo mbesa papa we. Empesa oba njidin o. Empesa oba njidin.
We dey meba pa. Anopei mamema Daniela Inshira Amuefi Anson Methodist Girls Senior High School ho na wo school wo mfi dunum we efi unafo no abusuafo nyina ho ena wo mde ababo ama wo fi hanso eka ho bi ene de keka ka ho and yes anyway yes say ni kwa answer ne baba na edi nkomo bi wa ha ana fo se ni don ko ne me nya adwene wo ho na me say I didn't tell na me nya adwene and that's all for flight ne boarding din edin pa ne boarding pa na me say why ebe na dollar no wo soro na flight bo wo fam ticket you know na wo fam and you know but say na dollar na ba fam na aviation fuel nso aba fam na se for no sabre mum na plane ticket ne bo no akosoro pa why should it be so I don't know more yes and I know you been at the mommy.
Even if you look at it,
speak to the airline
also almost price almost tickets in dollars.
Yes,
and the dollar is down, so it hits in them. So the increases you need to compensate. But there are two other technicalities here. Say our almost prices was stroke crashing, passing the other one passion. One say our jet, it consumes more aviation fuel than passion who uses a propeller. And if you look at our uses 45 minutes, meanwhile, the propeller use 1 hour 15 minutes. So aviation industry area bia technicalities be womb. And ushe international flights and so here other than British Airways be charge more than KLM. Ebia KLM call UK ebe transit shipo what I say. So open that inconveniences of no flying directly nema. So it's economies of scale.
You're not comparing prices. You're not comparing prices between airlines.
Yes.
What we are saying is from here to 2,700.
I agree with you.
We are not comparing.
I agree with you. But for the dollar, that when the dollar was high, you know that you use a lot of cedis to purchase few dollars. Now the cedi has gained currency, so now you have to use a lot of cedis to.
It was 1,000.
Yes.
Now that the dollar has come down.
Yes.
1,900. Which area?
229.
No, it was. But unim so, Uber thought ticket buy in advance. Auto in advance is cheaper. Uber train last minute. Now Uber so on thought ticket.
Go and buy the ticket even in 2 weeks time. Come and tell this thing. It's expensive. From here to 2,000 in and out almost 6,000.
I'm not holding brief for the airlines. Anyway.
It's in the wording. Almost no money. Almost a man can't.
Hey, you are putting Fisheno on the plate.
They should be able to do something about it. Because my career running costs about former. At least you should also be able to do something about it.
Railway system juma papa na yen roads juma papa.
Who go by air? What's the distance between here and them? So anyway, the progress bullet trains, and the 30 minutes you are
bullet train. Show echo.
You between bullet.
Yes.
I didn't even bullet.
Yo Ghana
passenger trains can work effectively in Ghana, especially intercities.
Yo. Niye mu ande nyina epe no sebeye. Ehona asem no wo.
Now imagine so between your trainer within 1 hour 30 minutes Kumasi to Accra.
Fushene share UK Nkrofoti Milans no mo ye ejuma in the city of London. O catch train from Leicester na Birmingham and hour 1 hour you are there. Very efficient, timely.
Yeah, dey no ye tie kwan no kran na dey na wo so no kran na nse Nkrofo atwetwe ni nyina koton. Scraps. And na dey na trade be for so. Ghana de papa. Anyway, Nana Furu so be kansa, Nana Ofuru Usu, national chairman Edema PPP Amayuku no so abekansa Nana Kwaba. Bibia boko. Aju cooling heart.
Yeah. Sometimes I come from the old school.
Old school character. Obi kan sambi abankrofo mo she kule ha. Ba mi nka.
Yes, on po mo hasam kura.
Ejesa ba mi nka.
Anyway, yen se ni eni komo na yen hwe Yema would I say the flu so?
Yes.
I know some we see here last week mo eba fa ye nuanu ma dwade fo kodidwa wo Burkina Faso na onkofa tomato saba okwan o mo fa so kwa ne de yem pese e be kakai abusuane omani nyina ebeho ahunti ye pa nipa edi sa abone bi yenya ne tese vi enros ene na nsakora no omso omo ye some coordinated attacks bi e wo Burkina eno so nipa ewu no enyi nipa ketwa pra na se wo mami ni se omo ye omadwuma yema ye hwe ade no ekoro ba ku din ye bibi West Africa me pese me kan
omo din ye ho
the Islamic jihadis with bibi West Africa na se omo no omo operation nyina is centered West Africa
NISW
yeah enti na che say wadwi no yeba sankrofo ade a omo ye ya kan wasam ofie hada but say gradually no ade no level bi kwa na eko asob region no se Burkina Faso kan ho Mali kan ho Nigeria almost so nyina ate omo ho ntom ka eko was
state
yes nti say na kwakọ kan ya ye wo he ya how serious it is and say a normal yes if for normal mami tio
yo eja me dey ase mami for opinion so na cha me fellow panelists 2026 this is my first time on the program and many of them the first time meeting them here, so I salute all of you. I mean, me nyina acquaintance na ye dey pay my and mencha etifo so eja aso my me feel say time aba security challenges say ba na ya carbon na ya honest discussions about the situation. We share nipa nkwa na ya stake aha enye fe say ye debate politics to gain political points like the way discussions no are discerning ewo omai to the point that even in the House of Parliament there were a lot of name calling and blame games. Here we share Burkina Faso. It is an honest truth to say ever since Touare became the president, after he removed that other military junta, the activities of extremist group in the northern part of Burkina Faso are costly. Every day these attacks happens. But unim because embenye sebi sometimes yentie and because Burkina Faso is a French speaking country sometimes news no mukasakra unti I say what they are even talking about until Akaya lose about 8 people. To me, it's 2 things: intelligence failure and some inactivities or inactions on the part of our security agencies. And yes, politics bia around it. Ebi mu say ye invite Touare inauguration wa Ghana na terrorists attack here. It's never true. There are no any evidence whatsoever to link Touare's visit to Ghana to what happened in Burkina Faso. Then it was a market day, and who shared these extremist groups are market days na ya omo attacks. So our Ghanaian traders they were just victims of circumstances. They were at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's not as if the people plan say Ghana phone me attack omo. We must make these things very clear. Your politics are never be or why and you say yemfa politics in beam. Any of us could have been at that particular moment at that wrong and awful hour. Who will say after that incident crowd there have been several coordinated attacks. Casualties no crowd blew what we lost. So who to so bianca because embenye otiase And these are the situation on the ground in Burkina Faso now. The Burkina Faso government launched an offensive on this extremist group. They took a large swathe of the land, which per the statistics available. So when you push this extremist group so hard, they will mobilize and come in another form to send a message. And that's why they started targeting people on market days, because that is where people are congregating. That is when they can inflict more casualties. And when they do that to send a message. They want the Burkina Faso government to talk to them, maybe roundtable discussion or some, but if you want to use force to fight them, it never happens. Anything I may say, this violent extremist group, they are powerful people in society who finance them, whether we like it or not. Share weapons or muyusu, sikano every share. Sometimes the way they are able to operate certain sophisticated weapons are. In the normal scheme of things, it is exclusive to the security agencies. Now, we as security experts, you can say you can use kinetic means alone. If in Obetma I eliminate extremist group by the barrel of the Ghana, Senka America by now, terrorism around the world, and there are several conspiracy theories around terrorism itself. May I be say are then the Sahelian states are military rule, France are free honor. All of a sudden, extremist groups are active in that region. It is an open secret. Say terrorists almost per government spaces, and when you create one, they will fill in. What I say, but there are more things to it than what we find currently. And another blame. In case I am from money, ECOWAS. Look, ECOWAS by itself cannot fight this extremist group without the cooperation of the Sahelian states. Because even 95% of these extremist activities are what? Concentrated. So, you see, you share intelligence in the manema. How does it work? That's why I found that ECOWAS is underutilizing the goodwill our president have with this Sahelian state. Also our envoy, ECOMA, this Sahelian state. And the ECOWAS said they use our president to bring this Sahelian state back to what? ECOWAS. Until that is done, we cannot fight this extremist group in the current state of affairs. No. So instead of blaming Mahama, say because auditory Baha, because our envoy to these extremist groups, inflicted countries, let me say the Sahelian state, internet terrorists now focusing on us. When we signed the U.S. military agreement, the U.S. virtually was using Ghana as a power point to launch attacks against these terrorists in the sub-region. Senka Edwin Ebema terrorists now focus on Ghana, say terrorists are omuhaumu. It never happened. When our former president went before the Minister of State of the United States of America to do some concern around President Traore, say only Russians, you see the upheavals it created in the region. That didn't invite terrorists to come to Ghana. So on what basis are we going to say that because Mahama invited Traore to Ghana, that is why terrorists are now focusing on us? OSHA statistics available. The terrorists have increased their activities around the Sahelian states. And unfortunately, these Sahelian states are under military rule. For all you know, interest groups within these countries will give support to the terrorists, to be able to make governance uncomfortable for these countries. So me as a security analyst, and I've been very consistent when it comes to issues like this, menja politics no embobia. Whether the former government did A or B or that, this was a circumstantial event. and we as a country we must take portion of the blame. Adena traders call Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes in the first place. Are we not ashamed as a country that we cannot produce tomatoes all year round to feed ourselves and even export? Look at the environmental condition in Burkina Faso. Niger kromuye onions. Jende. What I say? Look at the north. Yes, a Germany ho. Obey your cities our cities are choked. Come north na kohwe. If you be oha uhu nipa. Omo journey to the cities to look for a Juma. So what government needs to bear in mind is say, government alone cannot even employ 20%. Even in the advanced countries, government can't do that. Government must enable environment for the private sector to do what? To thrive. Na ejuma na tumpo no ma afa nipa. So in the north, how is it the case that Burkina Faso can have a dam? Rainy season never know. Almost baby Bagri damper. Na your eastern corridor. Me free Saboba so name. Most of the farmlands will get flooded, and it's a perennial issue. Government after government has closed eyes on it. Adena Yentimi also having a dam in the north to harvest this water during the rainy season. Do irrigation all year round. And fortunately for us, north area or hopper all year round. Into solar, cheap energy. We can tap into this technology to irrigate all year round so that we can even export some of these tomatoes. Another thing they say, this same dam can be used for hydroelectric power to supply the northern part of Ghana. Not pressure on Akusombaye there, Abafom. We are talking about industrialization, and yes, sir. Yet me, yes, sir, one of the critical things you need in industrialization is reliable and good and cheap energy. And yes, sir. So if we are all relying on Kwame Nkrumah Akusombo, how are we ever going to industrialize? And this issue, it is at the core of food security, and we must be minded that we remove the nuances of politics and discuss the issues as they are. And to your question, say, is it getting critical? Yes. Yeah, because terrorists are not with us. By the act of God, attacks, but they are terrorism in Ghana, terrorists in Ghana. They come here to plan. They come here for medication. They come here and extract our natural resources to get money to run their activities. Share the echo your Galamsey side. Nkrofo omu go ho no omu free hin anope na me kan say me omu free hin omu chiri bi osi no na me ka bi anope ya osi no he ya omu chiri pa 34. That's of the 34 no 4 pen Ghana for 30 ni nyine Niger for. So gold are omu no omu de kwan hin gold no kwan hin ya me bisa gold board for omu say illegal mining gold no why na ya omu to. Say, if there's no market, there will not be illegal mining. So illegal mining is going on, and we don't know where this gold is ending up, and we are tickling ourselves that we are fighting Galamsey. Okay, it's a deep issue.
Fuseni, muna muwa benu. Minim say, abind the obiba no baby ko. The see ye must more credit chat to answer back. Galamsey Sami, and I'm saying the Adrian Pass near say, I saw mine. It's win the tomatoes. I guess I say, be near as I say between the tomatoes, no. As I see a warm and a busso, shall cover the region, a part of the region, would you have tomatoes? Who call Akumadine, only tomatoes. Bono is almost everywhere you do tomatoes money. If you greater Accra, only tomatoes money. Yes. It's a dear pan, they see a quite so mine. Yen to me, your tomatoes. Now, this year, could be man so a boca. You're risky in life, a fuka. A mate tomatoes come na so mobile. O yere beho. Aquaman for froso, o mo take asano. Atete ne abobo o mbedi ansa no akwa ba ne na yen tumi nye. Na yen so yen tumi nye na fu bi anto na dwunu.
Agya Kwabena me nche no tiefo na me sa da wase ne wo producers akwanya mo dia mai. me share me co-panelist. Apart from a body, a mini and penny for the and then I share more for the first time.
Okay.
It means I was just saying that. Agya Kwabena,
yes,
I think Udika, because at times the actual I don't know which word to use, the etymology of the issue now, Kasa, you might not be able to profess proper diagnosis. Say na me edika na me ye NADMO coordinator or Central Central. But then na my health worker or for so many years. And sana me baba ye district NADMO coordinator. And sana me be DC for sexual framplings.
Yeah.
So Fulani for issues need them minimum matter for over 20 years.
Wow.
Most of the times Fulani nsema people are like, oh, when I Fulani for and then I'm on pamo. Mostly if you are not from there.
You don't understand.
You see, I served as a disease control officer in Birim, that is in the front plains. And son, I miss Ako, Tana, me papa me kura kakra wo Isekura, which is also in the front plains. One thing we also don't know is what informs them to take that risk. Because Obi Timi find a name, she buy 10,000. The least they can bring is about 5,000.
Yeah.
Niger, Mali, Burkina, Nigeria, Omo nyina di nantwie ba Afran basins.
Hey,
yes. Yanka wu. And the contract is that Afran River no is believed to be a maternal river. It is a nantwie ba bia num sansuo no odidi onsuo na no a wa wo kura na nye mienu ana miensa. This every year omutimi di nantwie be 5,000 ba. 5,000 na e ba no emu be 3,000 or 4,000 ye ma. Ene nkwala omasisu kakra na mema ni de kakra bi. Omudi omuba sa na in the process of feeding along the Afran basin no mu num nsuo no population ba omu wo to so normally nantwie wa ye ba ko. But the moment, like, I don't know how scientifically they were able to prove it. But that is their belief.
It's spiritual.
Oh, you know, I buy a business the Sahel region. It's una one and fear. No fully no buy a contract. Now the name say 5,000 and now the 5,000 na mano. No the omako. A pebre. Or sad to me the omo bar. Omo wo a na ma chemu miensa ne de ba ko odi emienu. That is the contract they do there. Nti no di nantwie ni ba na wokum ba ko a any said they wokum nipa no. Because he has to go and account for it. And then nantwie ba ko bia so obekum, it is presumed say wokum be miensa.
Because of ko be wo mienu.
It's a risk, but then a profitable risk for them, so they will undertake it. And now
that's why they are always armed to the teeth.
Traditionally, Nananome war Afram mostly belongs to Kumawu Hene, Agogo Hene, and then the Isuta Hene, and then Beposo Hene. They own those Afram basins. It's almost no Afram Nanoni and no. They don't give the Afram basin for farming. It's Afram no a flood here. It boom fast so almost there's 30 to 20 meters.
Wow, or miles.
Yes. It say during the dry season, no, a residia na the original status and now I know holding in fertile grounds for farming. So the farmers also illegally go there without the permission of the chiefs. No, Muko could be a pebble. Muko be a mo. Watermelon. That is the time of him say
Bibi Sarkoso.
Or Bibi Sarkoso when he full and in the bar ya also consume no. So the illegal farmer now no how hanging for home man no about so name fina bury me. But then we all go and blame the chief because I didn't know baby a clear for Oma Kwama full and for call. But then nobody will explain to us say the farmer also went there at the blind side of the chief. America where man be see asem so say and no woman be can be about the tomato issue. Me see here and I'm saying because I don't know tomatoes to me boo agogo. Tomatoes to me boo your friend is say brekum techimentia tomatoes to me boo yenya atofo
na example
na say then we bypass all those ones and go to Burkina to go and bring tomatoes again. I didn't hear. The explanation was varieties. According to the woman, Burkina Faso seedling now mudi dua that particular variety na a thick pa no. Udua this season otia they don't wash that particular seedlings against to plant. They use another seedling. But according to her, yen Ghana for yen dua tomatoes ni way. Na sa particular variety ne ba. No motor. Then we take the seedlings again, rewash and then replant. Then the quality from the first one reduces. So they don't have
better seedlings no.
Yes, the only dua no I say use that same seedling. No I say could dua bio. Forgetting say udua the quality of the first one no e be reduce aba. It's almost economical. They don't have consistency with the Ghanaian farmers. It's uboga kofa ba ko shen and ne kama. E china usa kosa kofa then the quality drops. So the beba no ababoka. That is why they prefer to go to where they have consistency. That is the risk our women have also taken on themselves. Aside say we cannot also meet the demand our mopeno. There are issues with quality as well. That is according to one of the market queens. And I listened to her carefully because let me be saying, why? National Service, if you are best 40 acres for abutentry, and yeah 50 acres for yape. Yeah, 30 yeah, you know, abobo ya best within 3 days now say. I was like, but we also use the same variety. I say, oh, I've forgotten the name. The developer was CSIR Ghana. Oh, at least within 3 days, market women here so you better freely, you know. Now I didn't start to say. Do you get it? So, for me, yes, I agree with my brother. Say they found themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yes, terror for the terrorists or what Diana say, ye be ya de ama ehu ato man no so. Ama ehu abo aban no. So they be ya you yielding to our demands or you come and sit down with us. And mostly what they do is say they go after resources. In the resource rich areas, you know, they try to control it. And Uber so advance so try say kwan bia so be pam mo afiri ho. I agree with him say behind the scenes Niema Koso because now Burkina Faso wants to control their own mining. Niger wants to control their own uranium. Mali so say on so gold no be control na dey nti wapam French for ni nyina. Guinea is also doing their own thing say almost so person French for so like they've sacked all the French control in all those regions. Sebi French and so France in Yunan is powered by the uranium from Niger. Into oh pamono, pamuna soldier for ambassador and cry chasing it said abokrono. We are expecting so better as we be.
Even now they are paying the right prices. It's either you pay the right prices or you don't get
the and they are electricity system in the whole of France are powered by that. Agya Kwabena, one ka better na hodin say nkoso sa. Nti ye Africa for no and I may say the na me me expect to say at least yes, omo ye military leaders all right. But their activities affect the whole of Africa, the West Africa. Because Niger for some be fa niam wa ha o.
Matriculators like so no say kwan.
That is it. Niger for Burkina be fa wa ha, Mali kura be fa bi wa ha. Oh so and yes Ghana for nko na ye ba mu kurom. So it is within your own interest am so kramba boy and crop for no ho ban. And I know behind the scenes conversations are going on. Minya footages be trial to abonti omudi drone attacks on all those some of those terror groups, you know. Yes, mostly it's not about the attack because ono ukumba kwa they'll try and come and retaliate, and they don't go after armed men. They say the coordinated attacks now we are in military installations and just to tell the government to say you know back. What I say, and the government will respond. The last part I made to can say yes. I understand my brother very well. Ebia kayimianom polubi komo yedru bebia by this time ke atoazo. One village one dami and ketimi ye half kra at least anya hwekra vegetables the kebetimi aye. But you see, one village, one dam, baby cry,
politicians.
No, the truth of the matter must be said. You see, you say, you better pursue a solve problem now. Let's try tackling the thing from somewhere. One village, one dam, beautiful idea. You see, a year, best of 4,000 or 5,000 dams. We can't see Ubagri Dam assembly so every year they open the floodgates. You shouldn't ban about become a flooding and near sa kakra bokona we pay na ye homa na flooding wana abe fama na abe ababe punum. What you say every year. The wooden car ye quite ye branching quite kakra bi kura nanka. Out of the 5,000 dams in Kraka, 2,000 crowns, unit me, a chum begum crack, a may sustain na, indicate me, baby.
And no more to me.
So the good news is, a Greek minister side the parliament said, Polugun Yanko revival. Yen Sankoye, at least Polugun point in Yanya about 50,000 to on over hectares there, a bit me Juma. In your Polugun cra, time new or we should expand Tamni as well. Tono and so Tono Kwa about 50,000 hectares around it. You see, irrigation dam now in Timin Pompe even up to 500 hectares. So we need to expand all those. I know works are going on. But me say, if you are able to solve the irrigation situation in northern Ghana, northern Ghana, Upper East, Upper West, Northeast, Northern Savannah. Now the Bono East Kakraka home. If you are able to make proper irrigation there, you have even solved the issue of kayayis in Ghana.
Yeah, share one more. One village, one dam here can once a win. Ma shishi mwenhuno to do a war horny baby a full sahan ye bitch.
Those regions, no, baby are background flooding as a part mostly a Upper East, Savannah,
the Eastern Corridor.
Eastern Corridor, let me hit your mopa. Inti ubeye strategic dam bia reservoir sa. Ufasa line no. Upper East, Northeast, North Kakrebi na uko uti side ho. No abaha Savannah Kakrebi. Even Bono East crowd betimi ayebi ho. Then you create normal dams in Upper West. I have for there they are a bit okay. But Bono East, no.
Okay.
What me ye bibi sa wo at least
I bet you me aboa.
The last thing they say nyame boa na yetimi nya that kind of variety sir. Attitude is very consistent. Say the be ya ye kuafo no so be di no korɛ. Say the market queens na eka no ade no say ye na a mark consistency in quality. Why can't we follow suit?
Okay. Me that's it now. Honorable, ye nim say to want to say me ye can want someone ye de bia wo. Na me na minimum a say ye num na ye de o market crazy we ye Cote d'Ivoire salmon and we ye Ghana salmon. Nti na manfo tu Cote d'Ivoire salmon no so che Ghana salmon say Cote d'Ivoire salmon na e de. Auto tomatoes are way Burkina tomatoes eno na eche ena papa Ghana tomatoes eno nye enti taste nyina kwakwa say taste no anya buruchire taste nkwa bi o ya African countries nkwa taste na akwaye more e wo chen say yanka say bi di ye niam what did say asoman ayenya over 60 years na say tumi no tomatoes anya sasase ni yo asase no kra ma ne bro Burkina for de no na say to na say ye nuanom ye maame no mo e kofa tomatoes na sense mo sisi ya anya ne wu ma yen e de na ogiri sasase etumi ye na sa eni wusemu yi me de sa na meka no ebi kra nkonkosi bio na ye de ye ho esase won sase na bibia ho dada
jaro dase edi government chala me chia yeti panels na me chia omo here madam ba ko o he pa Sadiq Bichiano na Ghana we your name bi o ha nka mestre nunia ofisi ni se e better say on fa nyam amon me if it comes to security me fa nyam amon good if is a wouldn't baby also you find yourself in the next hour and as some people were so mobile they don't know NDC, they don't know MPP.
Yeah,
will be a target.
Yeah,
so we will be kaya Ghana, this is not the first time. You have a Kufia one. Okay.
Oh no, Kenya.
What happened to him?
Kenya.
You sure say now would say at that time na alcohol. Say
the bisa basic.
And omo ato mu nyina so no. They went to the other country. Ekoya ade o adamebo.
Yeah.
Into ochira we a politician. If because now you are on a mission to another country, it could happen to you.
Yeah.
For me, if it comes to security,
no politics.
The guy said, "A day be namene honorable Samson Hina a year to cry." I think we were transiting at Turkey. You do not the way the regular security measure or model from you pet them in go for power there Ali become the security do be a manager. Because so when you are proud or pet them French no obi na adwon so oba be say wa bramo nti wa nya nyina mfiri ma ote pele ma na wa end your life so see I tell my security nsem there honorable Mr. Mo I am on tell now my back question so me sure say this is the first time I NDC for Muru Ghana.
Yeah.
Paul Lugu has been there. In fact, the plan has been there since 60s. NDC, you've been in power we can almost 30 years. And I'm with a 30 years, one find you by Paul Lugu. If it's that easy, because you're 30 years in government, ain't that 1 year? That's what because you see, what my young find out yourself. Yeah? Let's admit say the whole world is in crisis. Yeah, I always say the whole world is in crisis. We have political crisis on our hand. We have a parliamentary crisis on our hand. We have economic crisis on our hand. Even social crisis. Let's admit. And no nama the EC yehu. I tell people say, hey, nipa descending human beings are seen to be human beings because come to think of it say all the weapons are here we are seeing what is the purpose to kill a fellow human being look at that amount I had to call sir Nema we just to kill a fellow human being and the poverty levels around the world. In fact, even countries that they think that they are so powerful like the US, the UK and the Russia. They are homelessness they
yeah.
Our mom cities they had Edabontain. Those budgets no crano and this is how we have to do it. Yes, was had a man. And those who are doing a certain we are condemning them. But they can also justify it. Why they have to do that? Because they think there's injustices somewhere, we are fighting justice, we are fighting people. In fact, even in this country, people think that we are still fighting injustice around me. So for me, say it's a whole thing. You must sit as not just as a country, but we are seeing who kwanya yebefa so a you will profess love instead of this hatred that eba the power no I was on sister Sida make as a very soon the whole world might hit a wall. Come to think of it, say in the era of environmental crisis, that's the time I manufacture bombs so I can destroy more the environment more. Does it make sense to us?
Not at all.
It doesn't. At the time I global warming, the ozone layer is depleting. That's the time we're even bringing more powerful weapons. And people boast with it. Everything say we are okay. Yeah, but it will take what idiot to trigger a war, and we are all gone.
It's true.
We are all gone. That's why if you are discussing these issues, it will be business as usual. Let's do it all seriously because we do know. Oh, the OTR person you, but there are idiots sitting somewhere. Once and papa, he's targeting you. So what does it? He's targeting you. So let me go and target him and remove him. So I always say that now I wrote something on my Facebook where I said human beings have ceased to be humans, and then humanity is dead. And it is true. Today humanity is dead. Obi afi say I me communion akwa ya look at say nka yete ha nka obi ekwakoto ntosi aba nka odo ohwene nkwa na busuafo ne mma Ghana ha kra wo maame kra na esi den na uni maame this issue ya ba na no abo ye beka it has to do with the Polygu. Even Polygu kra or ha there are certain things that you may even go to Burkina to buy anameboa Obi kwa Burkina kwa koto dem ma you may even go to Burkina on a visit. It could happen to him. I Papa will not Kenya no okoto jeni okoto mako but happened to him. So the issue is about just going to buy the tomatoes. The issue is the insecurity in the region, and then for that matter the insecurity in the whole world that can want them. Let's put the matter in the right
perspective.
Perspective here. I was reading this article about poverty in the world, and look at even the defense budget in the world. Say the 10%. Cry eso world poverty and
can be assumed.
Yeah. I also read one article that was saying here, our disposable resources today can take care of about 50 billion people. Global disposable resources can take care of 50 billion people. But today, we are less than 10 billion. But about 80% of today's population. So these are the systemic issues or structural issues. And we have to discuss globally and see how best are. Because I did because I come to be able to bed and to a question of coding and the kind of injustice going on in the system. It's best honorable as politicians, discuss these issues. Let's elevate the conversation. These are the leaders of the country. At least we are prepared to tackle the issue. Tomato production. Me, I pass as a country today and to the cry we will produce tomato now here. We will produce 37% of it. Into that was not just the variety. My dear to see that. In fact, that was around 2001 rather. Maybe SS still go down to say they call IPS University. But actually, we Kenya na. We at the time on toes, a bar power, not to say no be out of form. And it will discourage you because until I think our auto on bear at that time be at that time be at 3,000 cities, or become manufactured free. So that's it. So these are the issues. Say you can. And once them, not that we don't have the land, but the problem you can do the irrigation, but the biggest problem in our agriculture sector is our land tenure arrangement. First, over 100 acres of land for farming in Ghana, the number of people you have to negotiate with. Odo mo cry the negotiation na wie no. Oto anu bi so aba se mekra me ka ho bi na omo ye kwa na menya we. You have to renegotiate with that person again. I think say to pave way for this commercial farming, you know, our land tenure arrangement must be looked at. I always say now our lands are in the hands of unproductive people because we go villages. So I said the whole case will be a new juma. I said the whole but nobody is working on it because amount will be a that's as not of one extra crown.
Yes, and get one month in here.
I
want the tree majority say, Moshe Shabakwa would buy plenty for food and jobs. Sanka ye my general course ye year. When in Sanka Saha or how we can keep you up as one way or the other.
Well, I good about that planting for food and jobs. So don't bother it went to most people I don't know just peasant farmers. But the can peasant farmers and the commercial farming. Say the Baba for bit to be 100 acres of land. Now what they be feeding. But of course 2 acres, 3 acres will be high. But we are what in Kruma
can't tell about
but what we are talking about is this commercial farming. And for me, our first point will be our land tenure arrangement. You're not here for a chance. Then we have best at least release the lands for commercial farm. As we speak there, our land tenure arrangement that does not permit that. Because months when I did that. So.
But I say, Ebo?
Yes, Minia.
In some ways, you see, and I may ye can, a fear some near can wear Yabon to Swasam. The fear some, as I say, Nipper call ye. There Yakran said, Mamma Bakuna meet you, no say, ne band of funu crowd, Sebi, well, no to me, crack, so what the Sebi said, was shimpoa. What the Brenner said, my Odishania, and Cabeni did not swim. Until to say, a year. Yaudie bi ene etwa bi na abeto oman ho o de si ye ho wo din say aban government aban no na edi ye hwammo anti ye da so ye de wo sat bi mo san say why obi no obi say dent na wontumi no tomato so wo man mu wo bra wo bibi e be mo tumi adua na obi de na wokoje enu mpo atiti obefo mo ansa na wotumi akwakoye yi no obi ka say ye failure onin be adwene
eja ozi kan ma minchi munu an ma me want na hey na minchi igwafo people of Cape Coast minchi one and pay na me omahin na mayor Cape Coast and pay minchi won na mebusuafo na anyankofo na enuanum nyina na eja
you
dama sam na ye ka ye baka sem bi obaso be ma fa ya politics na me mental so say you got to buy cause all like ignore you na got to buy na got to buy man no politician
yeah
you to buy man no anye dem you to am bande on fans me bi to akwem on yenzema bi na nzama on kodu ye na nkofo na abrabo on kodu na bibia ye omni ye omni mbiara on kodu ye nti na got to buy ye got to buy mo na on ka the V8 mu on kisisi mansions na won tinam yet to abamo one day one conquer ye juma yes yentum say a koto oba amim wotum awu wotum ye nyina yentum no yazi manyimpa ko na no dom then one na one hwe man zaman kodu ye wo Ghana it is a politician be one yazi ye na senzama resaya those me for politics mentasi because the person involved na a politician now yazi two man don ye juma na we fail issue wa be your economic bit and security bit your securities wom na your economics is wom economics or the economy is wom security is in the assembly po wensi wo Ghana baby o see you control oye no kwa Professor Awuno 21st September 2013 is it Westgate Shopping Mall Kenya Nairobi na terrorists wo bon yan wo bon etru maybe not a conference no ozuko we it's different from when people are traveling to Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes to come and sell in Ghana. Two different issues. It's a amamifuna wakoto tomatoes na. What's it? Wakwa we share terrorists in Tambia
If you want to watch your own phone, a shachabi na tempo on your Islamica. Utum wow. What you phone on show them there as a video than a picture board not on ya. Utum wow. Nti oh yeah, yen man fi wu to kwano wako every day or every week or every other month work on. It should be a matter of concern to us as unminded. Even as inti, na yena mbesiafo wo Ghana, o se de wu to kwan wako Burkina Faso, wako to tomatoes, obotan Ghana. I mean, this is a clear case of a failed system. Then je hwe asasa as shemu a obofi papa nche Ghana yenzi on say Burkina Faso wanza. Burkina Faso is virtually a desert place, and it's even the northern part of Burkina Faso no where the margin ho, which is virtually desert. Ghana ha nyankopo na ehie na ma say sabi anoman poso oso tomatoes anemoko oso tomatoes moko no to for yim na say o jane no po okugu edan do ofifi nza person no hoyen. But the politicians have failed us. Let's say it. Say yanka, oh, is a moment fair politics now. We should escalate the conversation. Security bit in assembly in Ghana and say, oh, be like talk security politics, we are making a mistake. But the economic bit of it there, in terms of maybe able to me and Ghana. May you be safi what to the Ghana? Wako Sunyano baby, wako Eastern region, wako to tomatoes for Ghana, Hayan Kasano, Wabotona Miyama Yizim. In Jibutum Yayas or mine, the Burkina Faso was in Yana. Yentina Chroma Hana Tatapashi, Okafa, coco, different Fernando Pozibaya. It is sitting in the corner of Burkina Faso, no more tomatoes, oil from Kuma, Yenmesafo, wako for them tomatoes. The GM for your facility, Yamban, but develop for Ghana. You need scientists for Ghana. You need agriculture scientists. Iti ye fail until the damn semi na wa kodono na remember the honorable Kasembi, and he looked at it from a wider perspective. There you are say yes we disposable resources na say ye yanke butu da share butu reduce poverty the same way politicians organize we get we sika organ ha nje butu reduce poverty in Ghana nimpa ko sika butu nche wa boa ebusua wa boa oman a crow, nipa kutum fa. No way one. Nipa kutum fa. And Uncle say, as I investment, I'm able to. Let's say the things as they are, so the politicians will learn how not to steal. Down Zamanzame, hey, Ghana has young problems in now. If you trace it, you go to a problem of corruption. And you besides some. Until the Chroma, the vice president, okay, the Palugudam wire. The 12 million now was the other Palugun. India was some car. 12 million now was the Palugun.
Damn bad 12 million.
So the feasibility.
Damn bad. And
oh, was it 12 million? Was the question? Was the cash arsenal?
That also why 12 million better.
No, because the vice president didn't want something also that why Palugun.
No. What's what also why? 12 million. Or your vice president, former vice president, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. No, okay, you be saying the question was Sampa. I'm not saying you had 12 million.
Oh, as someone make it ma honorable. As someone make it, Missy, Papa Nani Numa Sam no New Year pay. Now, okay, Ghana for there. Pualugudam or a signature project. I don't know ban MPP. Why? Let me the money involved in too. Later, I'm about today. Sana obi $12 million. Anamwa. Was I obi no from Koye? From Koshe, Jumanasa. Sikana unjuo. I was a baby and said, why a baby or what? No, but $12 million. Until the master, no man can ask
Ebo. All these years, the politicians that have come and gone, it's only the vice president. It's only Bawumia. It's only Bawumia. The money for that. Announcing it wasn't being you put it down for 30 years. This pedestrian politics and all the politicians over since independence. not allow this.
NDC go for money.
MPP government that tried to
went for money. Taking a loan for it.
I apologize.
Ọka na adwene ọno no wahunu no na wo kan ti ni se wo bibia pese oyi ano o tira paper da wani mu no na watwere de ato ho na ebrepa mu no unya kwan a wo se me pacho
that obi so ya there I put him in the right place.
Mama me ba mu sama mama me odipa na kasa
na do be dia 4 times. That's where I came in. You should stop him there say no.
How? Money can to street proof. I'm telling me say
also
producer Yakonu muso yaba ebo ona na wanu gusunti ma yenti ona yenko.
Yeah, let me clear this one. Honorable Maiga, I've never been in power in 20 or 30 something years. Men can show I mean me MPP in 92 no me join MPP.
Onya MPP ni bia.
My youth organizer for MPP for 8 years in Cape Coast.
Onya MPP ni bia.
I've tried to go to Parliament 2004. I don't know where you were in 2004.
Onya MPP ni.
Go and ask Akufo-Addo. Listen to the name I mentioned. Go and ask President Kufuor, Nana-Addo. Go and ask. I'm telling Mark Menu and all of them. I've been a youth organizer for MPP 8 years in Cape Coast constituency. I contested Honorable Kisin Checha in 2004.
I never saw you. I was a
these are the aliens in MPP. These are the aliens in MPP. If you don't know me, if you say you were in Cape Coast and you don't know me, or then you are lying or alien. Okay, so the point I was making a point.
Yeah.
Are they saying there? Says there $12 million. There's a mobile there. One for start ejuma wo Pualugu dam ho. Na me you can say who the miss can kawasam. We should let it go. Is that the thinking we have? If you want to build a nation, Honorable Michael Onye, my brother. Ima, is that your thinking? That one people is a scam on Crawford? And that's the case that one second you know. I see a kind of case one the only we shouldn't talk about it.
Bring the evidence. Bring the evidence that you've given $12 million.
You were in Parliament yesterday. Your colleagues, your former colleagues were in Parliament.
On this show, bring the evidence that you give $12 million.
But I've said I will give.
Why did I come in?
You don't listen. I listen to you, but you're not listening to me. Listen to what I'm saying. Messi, oye Dr. Bawumia, nanu masam no ni aban. Why the Puanugu Dam, and it's their signature project. All we are in, and now so kuya keke de o. Puanugu Dam yan. Na mo ba me show there. Yeah. But then you show me that $12 million. Oh, that's Kaba. Oh, no, Kaba. $12 million. That's what that question was. He can't be say who's kana. That's because of what? We should not talk about it.
We always said that.
That's what you're saying.
I'm going to give it to Bawumia. That's what that's the impression you created.
Many of never catch that impression. They catch you
the point is that we are building a nation. And I've said it time and again. Let's not allow politicians to deceive us. So why as a bonner? No, and we shouldn't do politics about it. Let's not no one. Ghana is what we are building. We are not building political parties. And that's Yamin Pengu. So the infantry are cool Ghana. Why will be political parties? There will be no political party in Ghana, but Ghana will still go on. So we can do without political parties. So what we are saying is that let's not have a Burkina Faso. We want to develop one agriculture sector to the point there. Yanu Kofi Hakoto Nzama Ezibana ye basic o. Onye azibia yentumi o Ghana. Na se when besafu woroko na wokishi onki dem akwanhie ya. Na se kan wasam, na se ye trace abagini fie there. Ye bibi yenti. Na besafu no kwen utu dem ko na. Na ye link to Nzama obutu wa agriculture we gina one district one dam no. What's why then? Sika here na spending even for so no ba homa o money. Yawaha President our France Okaji sika Libya Oye Sarkozy all the supporting the election of France me do say them 5 years
you know
when you see Salah we tell 5 years we tell 5 years well so why you 5 years now we tell 5 years
compare apples with mango
allow me I'm saying that listen to me they want to distort the equilibrium of my thought. I will still speak. You see the point is that how much did you spend on one village one dam? And what impact did we get from it? That is what we need to ask. The questions we need to ask as Ghanaians, so that when the management more Sikana were expanding, what's the down project? Even for so because on your one person or your taxpayers' money. Me uncle, no more to the villages now. What's in Puana? Once you take a car, would you pay taxes? And he has about a million pipe. The uncle the midman. Now say a bayan there. Yeah, the German one I am tra. Say, and some say we shouldn't talk about it because we are a politician. So the point I'm making in there, you fail as a people. Until say we should send money where it is important. You invest in agriculture. Let's say dams to ensure all year round farming. Mpocho, sikan yanfanya dam. Say modernizing agriculture. May you produce more to feed ourselves. Sir. Let's invest in modernization, technology. Yen zama all my enemies annual jene yen fanzofan annual. The also kwa infa Niger no to annual. Na Niger assassin or different from assassin or Ghana. Until we are failing as a nation. And who are those failing us? The politicians. One has it, the power and the authority of the state. That's number one. If they do it right, it will affect all of us. If they do it wrong, it affects all of us. So when we are calling their names or calling them out for failing to do what is necessary for Ghana, Mama will be defending indefensible here. So I don't have any personal problem against anyone. I'm only speaking as a concerned Ghanaian. this country has suffered so much because of corrupt politicians.
And as a politician as well. So you're a politician.
Oh, I'm a politician.
Almost say,
but I speak. I'm wearing the heart of a Ghanaian, a concerned Ghanaian.
How about you say since you bell there?
No, you see, Ima, me, let me tell you, Ima, me, I've had position before. Let me tell you something, and I'm saying this for the first time. President Kufuor Obi-Fiduno, 3 months, he gave me a position. I was in charge of Maslok Central Region. NPP lose the power now. I was called to the office of SFO, Serious Fraud Office, to come and account for my stewardship. I came, accounted for my stewardship, and I left. Because Makatina one, no minimum there, as long as no, the Sabu bombs that Shamu. I'm going to Yasum, Obi Diala, one position, Diano, some Amana Ghana, Obiana is in a Jumahu. Unfortunately, Ghana politicians, would see a Jumanumu. Would see a Jumanumu, where to Amuna, no, I can't see a Jumanum, no, who's this? Ain't see, your brother or many are. That's a politicians who be here. When you can say, I will make over finance minister, ongoing figure. Over finance minister, ongoing figure. Ongoing figure.
I do baby, I may per se clarification by some out of Oka Bobo Dr. Baumia didn't say about Dr. Baumia can't be. And I know that this answer when she will buy it. I'm say producers at the room, I must video now ready. You take your video.
In the northern part of our country where you come from, and Amono, can you beat your chest and say, yeah, yet this signature project in the north?
I think here the most important project here in the north since independence, a Pualugu Dam project.
Okay.
Is the biggest investment. Say we're drawing books no more since independence.
Okay, as I watch it.
How I check government be by yes, Pualugu Dam. But we're here as a signature project and in Ebeda #1. So there's no doubt about that. Pualugu Dam, no, it's.
A few moments later.
I have no doubt in my mind that I was championing the Pualugu Dam. We have not yet been able to do it, but by the grace of God, I believe we are going to do the Pualugu Dam. It has to be done.
It will be. It's not you have to apologize to Dr. Baumia. You apologize to
Now say Bonze Sakom my many birthday last week. Okumsibo member Tinkwa. Dr. Papa Kwesindo so na the birthday, 73rd birthday. Also Papa home. On also member Tinkwa. Binya some ya discuss it. No different kakra. The independence of Africa is meaningless without the total liberation. The independence of Ghana is meaningless without the total liberation of Africa.
Yeah.
Some of Papa came. You want some lady. You want common idea. The security of a nation, or Africa, or a part of the peace of all the 54 countries. Intimate in isolation. If we had intimate build the cocoon be there. I won't continue nation Mabibia and Kodo. Look, yes, Sahelian brothers and sisters. Akukudura wenya to fight oppressors, neo-colonialists. What control what economy for so long? 1 year ho faso. Tembia se lead the bill or fight for liberation. Yeah, there or your own ejuma. Dr. Nkrumah Yesika Edekoma Equatorial Guinea. Ye wa and for ye or no up to today. Because now you're visionless. You're there. First of all, when you are in Yano, Obi no wabe set boundaries. I have Ghana for Burkina for look, Mako Golu. It's not Golua, Burkina Nani. They say Obine family head in Ghana or Burkina. Kotogo, the same thing. Obine family head will Togo. And so our Ghana. Obine boundaries or what say to. Cote d'Ivoire border. Or the same exact thing. Ye nyanom only a number one. Unya hon tona. I also on the total liberation of Africa. And for all fighting for independence. I whopped the what economy back. Yet to Krum ha and I Gogginsberg economy. Yanka Gogginsberg economy. Eba Zini Gogginsberg economy. Obronibi governor be book room ha no friend Gogginsberg. A Juma no ya there. Also share ye raw materials or over support to the mine British Empire. And now where you train a network the train network, you know, the only purpose on here for our name or ye exporting your raw materials to support one mine. And now President Tibiaba also pedal or end Gogginsberg economy. They're adding value to your raw materials, to finished products. They trade meaningfully. Others, their Sahelian brothers and sisters are trying to take control of their economy. Yeah. We must love them and support them. And tell me the Yafa Sahelian envoy, even though the whole world is asking us to throw away our own brothers and sisters. I was happy. Yeah. Because you see, you're one family. We are one family. And the challenges of Africa are collective. The market of one country alone cannot sustain the people. Or they trade among each other. Now see, to trade among each other, look at even the flights in Africa. Or it's cheaper to fly outside of Africa to a European country to come back to Africa than to fly from one African country to our neighboring African country. Look at this madness. Look at this madness. Share among ourselves and we forget that there's some European Ibia or no Ibia was set here like puppets. We fight among ourselves, being controlled by some European, and we are puppets. The independence of Ghana is not meaningful without the total liberation of Africa. Yes, sisters here, traders here, they have to trade. And then the nature of trading, so here in total, so maybe before. Because the nature of the entrepreneur on there, although take advantage of market forces. So kofa next to cheap and all the bar or the TNT can hold the can still do and for sugar car obey. is the nature of an entrepreneur. It's not specific on into or annual. No, it's about trade, free trade. You will come here and they are set the headquarters for African Continental Trade, free trade. And so why are we talking about this? Yen kande yen yanom na wopede when you're independent from France, France they control it. What bank? Kenya is controlled by the France Central Bank. Now they don't even have their own ability to control their own currencies. Now so we'll fight to break loose from this demon. We are here fighting among ourselves over petty issues. We are here fighting ourselves over petty issues. Look, independence, or a state of mind and spirit. Or there ever does from kumbi di mawunya. Now it me demo dono, it build the woman. Into what is happening around us, we have to be very aware of it. Very much aware. Even there, the Europeans are happy there. This man has taken over his country. And Kwabena wokuta a true now or they fight woman. One manufacture a true now or them or why na all manufacture a true now or toma others to try and fight because Onono is not happy that somebody is trying to break away from the wicked colonial tendencies. Until they set us against each other. Can you imagine? They overthrew Kwame Nkrumah for milk. They overthrew Kwame Nkrumah for milk. African man of the century. After all of this, what is the world saying about Nkrumah? When we criticize him spending money on his neighbor, do you see that when you think you sit in your silo, Esidan can say, "I wall kakaka," until you drink there, be bien you wa oh yaja obakawono, a confunable free war. They will come because you alone cannot be insulated for issues that all happen all around you. The poverty kwado on phone, be bear kwado on phone, and you think you can live in a cocoon. A nation individuals cannot live in cocoons. The families of Golu for Burkina, one family head. Togo, Ghana, one family head. Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, one family head. Are we not the same people? Are we not the same people? And what is happening around us, are they cognizant of it? Because we say, if you don't worry about Unia, you will not get peace. And we may elevate this thing to a whole different level. What is that level? The level is that we must trade with each other as countries in Africa. Mm-hmm. We must care about what is happening to our brother next door. Exactly. Because the spillover effect, because if you don't care, it will touch you. It will touch you one son abeke. And see, look, Kwame Nkrumah was the greatest, to me, the greatest son of this land. Nyema Okan at that time is reflecting on our day-to-day lives today. And Nyema Oye with Ghana's money in helping other countries. Look, fights in South Africa. Nkrumah freedom fighters, Ghanaian passports. To support, they were trained here in Ghana. All of that goodwill, Okahona up to today, Ghana, enjoy some type of peace. Because those goodwill, or translate, Unana or Hona or Tikrobi no ye bibi papa or the man mana. No one for so Okam. Etina Ghana, you be said there, Minya Patrol fraud there. A bob boy janidin, una nanidin, clan head. Are boning because you are nothing unless you are connected to something. It is the whole, it is the connection, and important. Ghana, unless we understand that we are connected to a larger family. And that family, foreign diplomacy, trade, or they lift barriers. Deal with each other. Look, the puppet master, the European, are happy because agenda or setting is still alive and kicking. And we have to understand that anytime a nation tries to break away from the ways of the colonial masters, they will induce mayhem in your backyard to try and deter you from achieving the principles you want to achieve.
But on this one, I terrorism precedes Traore no more. In fact, Traore, the reason or the bar every two are buying because of insecurity. So let's put them. No, we are discussing. I'm only giving you.
But the analysis now, you must listen to the core of the analysis. You are talking about triggers, and you are talking about what they call facticities. It is not the facticities that is the issue. The issue is the general thinking, the general ways of doing things. So if we talk about this triggered this and this triggered this, we are talking about the total liberation of our people and how we can get there.
Okay.
Now, able to they are support
that's
as a people. No, I have all the issues, but that is not what is important. You must move beyond that. You must move beyond that. And so anytime that you are trying to secure yourself and cut away the European, they will induce activities in your backyard. And they will use your own people against you. And anytime I obey there, to control you, to use you the way I obey you, then they are going to set your people against you. And that is why the people who are fighting, the people holding the north and all of that, where are they getting the ammunition from? Why the old feed one? And you have to understand, Africans don't manufacture machine guns and bombs and all of those things. And to be now, all feed you those things for you to go and kill yourselves because you are idiots. You must love yourself. Yes, you're doing this thing because I cannot look my brother because you are idiots. When you said Saboba, my heart went to Stephen Jaluda. My baby brother.
That's my maternal uncle.
He's my brother. Sivo will tell you. But what I'm trying to tell you is that so you're discussing these issues. We need to understand that we are puppets in the game and we can decide to become masters or remain puppets.
Yeah.
And our concept of becoming masters is the concept of looking beyond the self
and be collective
and be concentrating on developing Yehu as a people. The lives that have been lost, the precious lives that have been lost must be for a reason. And we must wake up and use this thing to make sure that we embrace our brothers and sisters who are in struggle.
Yeah.
Me and you are man.
Okay.
Me and isolate you.
Okay.
Because that is how the white man will ask you that, I will come on.
Okay.
They do it, and it's not the way they're supposed to do
Just a quick one. But you see,
1 minute, because you
Sahelan countries in there, it's just a replacement though. They sacked France and then they are with Russia. So it's the same thing. Now if you go to Burkina, the biggest mine is owned by Russia. Go to Burkina today. The biggest mine it used to be owned by France, but now it's owned by Russia. So it's
look at that.
Look at that.
What he say, listen to what he say. It's about non-alignment.
Minister of Coco Board was say Yentua Musika Maomoa. And yet don't back on Nakochina. Ebinum say a yetcher of Yahoo be any detective. Some share videos no ba ku menu miensa ba na fi yaka coco ho asem
And yes, that demonstration, you coco acosto, and it's Casamo acosto, or my brave t-shirts in Talim, Pabua, Sekine, and if a child in so yamping, yan it's not, yet a pesa bambua, and here coco store, here coco ye, young Fianna Sicadi, I told you, and you're more once to do once to be in a best swing. If you had a Saraban says, or more, no, to your coco, or my wants to be fly a pay. Omo no to ye coco no me di anye yi na se to ye coco na e beda na o mitisa hini na bo me ko le chelmi o kisa nya coco ku ye ne bom diwa minyeska o fio mampan ni dabo yo wo so ma kisa wo kira wa kisa mahama wenyanya ha coco okoto mahami ku ye ne ngonya bie ngoma ko hosu koso o mampan ni boyo ofisu ho lo na sei blabo ye obole ne krebo ye kwa to ye suti yenyeska po ni afia to ye coco nti yeso mampan ni mahama che yeso feje siase na ye bomba ye la ye test o ma ya ho se na onyihye na oguma ne ma ye na ya teche ba coco mbetunia o mampan wa okofa bi okoto ye so ye bomba ye che betun no fa bi wo to ye so na nya bi ye ne aye mammo be school na ye yanvo na mese o mampan ma
yeah, cocoa farmers, no, and I and demonstration, no, another way is say and demonstration. Yeah, this cano, for demonstration, no, yeah, cocoa for my best say, demonstration, no, yeah, this cano, scan, 1 way is 2.5. You know demonstration, to demonstration, no.
Yadama say we nema hudo bi ekoso ewo videos a yemohwe ye nema ba kwemi no miensa bi a ekoso ewo akuafo a ye kire efa kokon samsam fuse ne mesha se furu so samụ na mo aba mu sa kokon ehun samsam ene akuafo se mo twi omadi ene demonstration ekoso ebi no kwa se mo apekete ewo cocoa bottle say owura de abi say de omoka no obetu omoka fully aso be ko mako ene video say ye hwe nyina no ede na mo ye de afa ho ye wo in fact na ke say ko other issues so but cocoa de ne
cocoa kiafo ye demonstration
mama 7 minutes na fi imiti de omoka
then na mo ye demonstration poyando so ka ho bi poyando so abide ne ka
so oyo cocoa farmer
now then so be a cocoa farmer
but Fisher, I'm a cocoa farmer. Do you know
I've not mentioned your name?
Oh, yeah, cocoa farmer.
Say Poyando, so you cocoa way. Until you catch up, be so only cocoa card and brow koyi ni MPP membership card no. And also who say video no. Nyame nyina. Agya Kwabena, as a government has disbursed over 1 billion Ghana cedis to LBC say cocoa na omedi ka age dada before same way nyina eba no. You see, let's put the things in perspective. major season cocoa na aban cocoa cratch for na eminiano betiase cocoa cratch for na G ya anka was ye tue omoka asat November December no that particular one there this new price doesn't affect it enka ho eno there aban say 3,600 no enu an obetua amamo nti wo bia wo cocoa ewo cocoa cratch ni ho a wa ma o titi ni there wo kwa ye ma 2,005 debi obema 3,600 na nti obia obema 25 bia wasisi kwaji usika because John Mahama akogbo bosia e dia ba be so eso se yentua ebo dada na ewo ho ansa ne ye agi kokoo no yentua sa abo na ema mo
okay
but a free neko kokoo bia odi beba fufuro bia essence ebo na bas from odwaman so no ye beto no ebo we which is about 92% what the eton war edwaman so and aban dey makuafo aside that free fertilizer cost say mini anom buy 2017 na aban ato fertilizers aye be chama kuafo free ya choro ho not for sale omo de akado ko fufa not no so eye for sale eton makuafo omo ton ya kopim so mu free aban mu. But this time, we have reverted back to the old stage. Free fertilizer, free spraying. Omo, if you don't cry, say repair more for free. And yet just liquid fertilizer and your mom crystal fertilizer for free. This is what this government is doing. It is a polyandro. Any miracle abuaji, ebe organizing demonstrations because they say MPP campaign message na why na pa the heading. On says they say one village one dama emfa. One district one factory emfa. Napco emfa. Nti say no ayeden.
O say we say senior poyando ni hu no.
Na make say
me na so bia hu no.
So na on the organizer.
O ha na ka kire o.
O
ye de hu no.
On the organizing demonstration.
O ye de hu no.
Amenya ne only koko ekuafo ko share koko ase.
That doesn't mean so organize.
O ba so free ha no de o makoha na yesa ko press conference.
That doesn't mean so organize.
Also on the MPP koko
tell me say ekuafo na ho no bi anim ne right so bit me so ka satie ne ma.
De mimi hu ye ne say miracle abuaji gina koko efuom. And no press conference. And no friend party executives or no press conference. And also me kuku ekuafo. That is what I saw. Oh, any problem. And then miracle abuaji ni kuku semchen ubia. Nti oyere no ho am say this MPP mupo nipa oboa ba omia pa miracle abuaji number 1 nti ko fa no running mate kura ke beboa. Because ni organization ni your friend is saying grassroots press conferences the way there
but the okoye miracle call efuom no eno nya enkran ha western of for baby no okoye and a demonstration we no
and so only ma ko kasa efuom a enkran ekuafo so mo timi mankran no mo ka iska bankran so aha na chief executive no nto mo mra nkran na mo
we na so che so mo obi sika
no ma ko press conference mo so sika na
no nkran wo no ko press conference wo ko na wo video no mo ha no
o de hwehweli
beba
o de pa ko
video kuna wo se wo ko hwe no sa nipa na wo na na wo ha
o de pa hwe 3 videos na hwe demonstrate na hwe se nyo mo an esa be pie wo coco board ko headquarters a na sabe wana do coco wan cry
na so coco board akra headquarters ya akra
na say na mi say so ni o mu share wuro no mo ka iska ban cry maka boni say you want so mu iska e no mo iska so mo mbran cry be picket
ye de enim ntino de etio
you see
for me coco na o mato no
yes
de mato awie no mutu enye 2007
no
mutu 3,000 something
yes
okay
that is what the president said it would make cocoa and that is all this education must be clear obi bia odin cocoa ya ye man cheats before price never be drop in there you are not affected
okay mbetia bodada
na or this one see the cry report number police for if so we usika because aban asheda ko bobusia $150 million and they abe so see ntua makuafo no nti wo bia wo be fa side ni bia no you are a threat to national security e was say chew now I'm serious about where sabe me ye wo me obabi ani o
na mo nem se betu side we na motwa ma ho ye bebrebe nyina ba ansa
na say me nua na make a sure say
mo nem se
in the scheme of life lies will always take an early lead. And so any day and Kroboka could rage ano. And draw a bit here, who started more pregnant ready kind. So Buhan said no crack, a crack, one or sign who I could do because unknown trouble or corner, obey now quite so you can concern. What I say? Oh, corner, we make Janakas and assess the catcher and you know, you know, hey. Into obey Jinasa by the time of whom none crack could rage ano. So, yes, even before, let me catch you say, you should understand the MPP now. And yeah, easy you. Say 1 year in opposition, coaching political campaign, we require that flag bearer. Up till now, omu manufacture campaign message via mano. Omu pe scandal gidi wabe mususu omu nyebi. You should understand say they are desperate. Omu nyebi bi there.
It's a desperation. Omu yes, I omu die na. I didn't see na. More maintain this kana na mo di bi account ma mo uchi adada. Yes, some kind of
it is not about what they are doing, no. It is about sustaining the cocoa sector. You be too mess or mo cause too ho. It say minim say miami crofone miami NDC phone bi kura bremu era randia be say o ka ho bi. E bi say be proye ne ketahihye ne kankan a wo be too wo cocoa border. Wo here wa bi say wo kata so siesie ho ye. They didn't understand that cocoa area is sensitive area. The moment you start talking as CEO, it affects the market. Especially Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire. The CEO of Cocoa Board Ghana, any the Cote d'Ivoire, almost started Kasape, it affects the world market prices because we are like the leading young contributor about 60%. It's a same day Obekano, I was in so. It's not some of the things he will try to manage it. They will say it's president order for forensic audit and investigations into all cocoa board activities from 2017 to 2024. Okay. Whilst that is going on, no, you sustaining the interest of the cocoa farmer in his cocoa sabi. Amamboyefo enko kase ye de kuku ko magalanse fu akotwagu. So that is why government takes all measures say obetimi sustaining omo. So at least they've worked for it. They were promised 60% of world market price. They buy it at 70%. And then world market price na start about form. As of today, they are being paid about 92% of the world market price. Meaning it's not just say MPP for kind ye di hu ye bibi and ye the bill akọ parliament say nyame boa na ye pass sa bill ni say king aban bia obeba bia ukoton cocoa saying 70% must go to the cocoa farmer 30% no aban obetimi dey all the administrative work and all the support at the cocoa farmer obetimi dey. I believe that once we are able to do this ebe ma mrantie ne maba wa omuso ba no omuso ni be jikua no ho because they say no that generation of cocoa lovers no efidi kakra ye di agro na sa generation no kwa e cocoa na so na ekọ no.
Okay, wait, that's it. Yima,
yes,
demonstration any de cocoa ba ye nyina ye hu ni nyina na te say no aban kire say sika na nko so tua no we are ama cheat bia wo de aba ama ya wo cheat bia no ka wo say ebodada no 3000 saying 600 and in fact 36 dada no no dey be tua de ama enye no so de your compare no me say bibia to atwa mama 6 minutes
metie menuano. This is the first time hearing say aqua form one cheat no. They will be given the same agreed price before the reduction.
Yeah, that's it.
So it means that government is not communicating well. Otie the press conference of the finance minister, that is the portion he should have stressed. So, Minya, Mufriha, Munya a larger press conference, Nama Equafo no, and yes, middlemen on basis yomo. Na blame no bear there, beba abine so. Look, the cocoa sector issues. I will still plead, say as of my, it's at the heart of food security, mebwa. Aquafo no ye na edoso. It has affected our livelihood. Eduane anka ye di sisi ayentimi nyede, yentimi ndi. School fees health, it to be affected because who projected a certain income based on what you have envisaged. Na price no above form. Na aban so okay. Ye ntimi absorb ye the more aquafor. You are hit at the pocket. So the argument say the farmers are better off under this current arrangement. No, won't say it doesn't support the analogy I'm making. Now, why are we talking about cocoa today? We share the last 5 years, cocoa prices have been increasing steadily. This year now, above form. Inka prices of cocoa and above form, inka obia anka anything about cocoa. Now, we try to make politics about this thing say in the last 8 years. Now, cocoa board, that has brought us where we are. It is just the price window for this year that has brought all these things. And this was about 1 year and some few months. If you say, Obi aya ade na enya na etra mbra, what do? Don't you arrest the person?
Yes, you do.
And then up to now, we are not seeing any form of arrest. And yet, okay, your criminal rap, if you are better to a crime, you are equally what? Guilty. Until such prosecutions can take place, no, Aban should just let our ears rest. Say, Aban we na ye say, Aban we na ye say. Now, if this Aban did this, and it was that bad, you have come to power, is that not it? Yeah. To fix the mess, and yes, sir. What have you done? And to say, ora, ora side your politics. 1 year plus now, I don't know anything happening around the ora. ECG, Mukai. Noise be a do myself. And some of us will have to apologize to several people. When I even call for the arrest of Fenyo Markins. Okay. Yeah. Aban, what has Aban done about it? Nothing. It looks as if nothing has happened at ECG. Is it the case that this government is lining up to do what the other government did? Is it the case? Now, let's get to the real issues. Cocoa, who share the whole arrangement now. It was the colonial relics I inherited. The system was made such that it benefits the multinationals. The farmer doesn't benefit whatsoever from cocoa. That's the honest truth. We share a cocoa board from history to now, from successive government to now. When they ask the multinationals to pay these price differentials to help cocoa farmers,
living income differential.
Eh?
Is that a living income differential?
The living income differential, no. The cocoa farmer has no choice. Cocoa board regulates the price. This is the price you can pay. You take it or you leave it. Until I'm smuggling back some time ago, we shared the statistics. Over 20% of our cocoa, that's 1/3 of what we produce, gets smuggled to other countries. Let's look at Ghana and let's look at Burkina Faso. Under the same price window now. Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire is able to absorb some of the what? The shocks. Cote d'Ivoire. Omu prices against ours no. Omu farmers over 950 Ghana cedis than yet you are. Why is it the case?
Current price,
The current, yes.
No, but they're not buying now.
You know what they did? They did very well.
They're also lowering it.
No, you know what? You know what Cocoa Board did we are not doing? The for sale price market strategy no year. They've sold theirs in advance. Why didn't we do that?
But they have some now that they are not buying at all.
But the point is that if you look at the quantity of what they have as compared to what we have, almost better strategies in here. Let's learn from them. It doesn't take anything away from us. Now, people who are calling for Randy Abe's head, I think is too belated. The honest truth be told. Randy Abe, say cocoa sector, no omu wadebe omu fra abenchi. The spoiled cocoa beans, the soup, they sell it to the local buyers. No omaches cano. Randy buy no see there be. Oh yeah. Oh. Sasikano or the better cars and not cocoa board. When I got this information, I reversed my nose over earlier statements I made. Yes. And look, OK TV 3FM, you know, I said he was a very unfortunate victim. Very unfortunate victim.
But Sasa Bichemu now so say
I've been learning this for the first time.
No, fans no. So a person no muta they buy to the local producers. They sell to the local producers. Next guy no is a kaba, no match. No match. Randy Abe say there be no. And I support Randy Abe 100% for that. Look, Osha Krumha, revenue leakages. Revenue leakages are Ewo Krumha.
And no, I'm over 85 billion.
Look, in Kagana, Yanko Bobusia anywhere. Until certain things have become a cabal in this country. Osha Cocoa Board, Osha ECG, Osha Port. So look, it's about time the reforms. The reforms be about and stop the situation where Aba we bar. No more everybody, no more appointed party people.
It's not easy to even remove everybody now.
Oh, it does.
You can just do CEO deputies where all the other guys are still there. But they are the most powerful cabal.
I'm coming to that. Until I may say. Randy Abe alone couldn't have been responsible for the problems at Cocoa Board. No. All the bureaucracies there, what do? He came to show leadership. So we must begin to revise our nose on certain things. Nayenyi politics in film. I agreed that Cocoa Board major role is to protect the farmer. Now, if my major role is to protect the farmer, Sebi, let me cite this example. Last I gave this example. To say me what taxi company. My role is to provide cars fuel for the drivers. Let me say kwani nye. Nanka ska me de beto cars no. Ato fuels no. Me see me de koye kwanya. Say enchebi I won't have money to even buy the cars. Talk about the fuel or talk about paying the wages. That is the problem of Cocoa Board. Yenyi politics, same film. Come together as a country and fix it because our farmers are suffering.
I mean, call
I do so.
Okay, honorable.
When I'm a cocoa farmer.
Yeah.
Part-time cocoa farmer.
And it's not part-time cocoa farmer. It's a full-time cocoa farmer. And semi-eco-solar. To be honest with you, me, if it comes to cocoa matters, I discuss with passion.
Yeah.
If you say it affects my life, it affects the life of my family. Only say this year, unfortunately for the farmers, University admission is about January. A lot of cases of the cocoa farmers couldn't go to tertiary this year. But at that time, not Cocoa Board in Chiaka.
First time for no.
First year,
no.
Free.
Free.
They're free.
And I say first year,
you have to pay.
They reimburse the the strategy was that some people take the money and they don't come.
So
it was just a committee.
But you have to pay to enter.
Yeah.
As you speak, let's say, Kwabena and Core University this year. Go to cocoa areas and invest. I'm from cocoa area. Unfortunately for me, I lost my brother in December.
Sorry.
So I was home for 1 month until I didn't feel when the cocoa farmers were not being paid. And I say, Obia said in office or no crown, all riska crown. Why I say riska? So them tell you the cocoa areas, you know, Obia the whole income in cocoa.
Well, of course.
The income in cocoa.
Yeah.
In fact, other crops you know oil and crown, oil at statistical level. The main income you know cocoa. And this is what touch cocoa now. What touch on the library? Honorable, the best say, what you guys are putting cocoa farmers through, And you're the better as a Canada, hold on. I mean, what cocoa farmers are going through today. I drew could be a bit to mentor. I drew a bit to mentor.
Which I drew do cocoa so.
BP, I drew. Nigeria drew a bit to mentor. I'm telling you,
because they were not paid from November,
exactly,
December to January.
Yes.
9 months na month your mokane. 9 months in 2021. Month your mokane 9 months.
Now me say the only time
honorable
cocoa for 3 months.
When I was doing this, you said no. Now you are
3 months copying me.
My child.
The only time cocoa farmers acquired more than 3 months into your mocha.
We are 9 months honorable.
In my life, in the 90s. 2 weeks, 1 week fair. Me to say, but say 3 months in the 90s. No, no, but ye kasem no so ho mama ye eya ntro no ene propaganda ena moya e de ebidu be yadu say what e wo cocoa I didn't realize here affect cocoa price some we say a rot ena kata say ene proya enter last year utumtu cocoa now this rot room this year mum ena about affected but last year there it didn't affect it. He said this year. I said we catch the wine. The truth of the matter is Ajuma afibia ye no. Momo ba yi. Most of money na sa.
Ajuma ben sa na mo ye.
To protect the cocoa farmer.
Okay.
We will do forward sale.
Okay. Ajuma ben na mo ye ya mo ba.
To protect the cocoa farmer. We always do forward. In terms of man ask cocoa price now. Oboka say minimum guarantee price.
FOB.
That's the minimum guarantee price. Until what you do is say, you say who sign agreement now. The whole season, you know, so the farmer is protected. But we know that the cocoa market there very volatile. Except from a channel, but when buy a then aircon, you thought say be kwa until you go to chacha. And a chacha nani.
Chacha asin.
So they waiting for higher price to go and sell at spot.
Until almost to hold
Thank you. And I didn't far. Until be humble enough to come and apologize to like farmers to say, I'm far. But you don't come and try to pin it on innocent people.
And send
that's not fair.
All the distance.
What I say? Send come tamana. Last year, you started season with now cocoa was over 10,000. Sen Kamuya forward seller, Kabunya around sometime on the average, Kabunya bears 7,000. In case you still protected the cocoa farmer up the end of the season.
Yeah.
1 year, okay, 13,000, 15,000. What that why I did not tell you 4,000? I said now the cocoa farmer should bear the brunt of your incompetence. Ghana had the percent I take or market to have 1,000 citizens or make comfortable. Tell me. Ghanaians, the part don't send our to ya. Yet so 1,000. Hey, but madam for be a whole year. Cocoa what yet 10 bucks. And then what 1,000 cities? The whole year what is it in income by 10,000? What you say and no me better. Chain will be a utia I 3,000 I what 100. Yeah, I didn't say the man I can't know. Sa propaganda na ntro na ye de koye cocoa sell na ye na Agya Kwabena be trouble ye ko share bo say ye betua cocoa for 6,000 on dey dia on go share sabo no at that time
cocoa 60% of
no
who calculate by then it should have been 6,000 like
exactly me ba do know why
that press
do know why
minority
they should have been paid do know why they said that because they will do the debate on the spot price at that time the market price was about 9,000 and this all the spot price air calculation of woman farmer local said 70% now obenya be 6,000 I agree with you but you knew very well say Ghana had your own cocoa at spot price at that time you knew but for propaganda and lies you know okay we take cocoa for because say campaign cocoa create no can say for one person be me pay 6,000 most is here
na sabin betu am 6,000 na mana yi
they couldn't
na mo betu mi am awo mo
yeah timi because at that time we don't sell at spot What on cocoa forward the way? And what I say?
What just Canada?
What on forward? What cocoa you set at forward? What on forward? And yes, spot. I didn't turn up. I could afford between Togo and the Burkina. No matter spot price died the Abba. But what on Ghana had because forward sale you are not selling at night price like hedging.
Hedging, yeah.
What is that's why hedging price? But you knew when you went now, but you went there and told the farmers I'm putting more than. You should give the farmer 6,000 into cocoa anywhere or can 6,000. Oh buy no.
Because no can.
Oh buy no. The best you could do is to give the farmer 3,000. Even is 3,600. What could you do pay the 6,000? Tell me I didn't call 13,000. Take a look at number. I farmer about 8,000, 9,000. What did you pay?
No, I called 12,000.
To what didn't you pay?
Yeah, not 13.
So what I say? It's the best media. Cocoa farm, cocoa jumano. Meaning, and about her. That also because of her. I go for to buy. Now, cocoa car. In fact, now it was about 19 billion. Cocoa was when I must start here. Now, cocoa car at the hole. Born as a but what the cocoa do or protect the farmer. Why did one cocoa prices? He protected the farmer. Go you say or take cocoa prices the farmer will be affected. No, also the cocoa farmer now don't pick cocoa farmer now say now when I hear the father of cocoa farmers. Price about for no. What this got 1,000 Ghana?
More central for Isham can say abani to me bibia ma akuafo na eboda da na momuja ho of more and as say almost somewhat into more ye say ene no
omoka so mo ye na mo nyere
so mo say omo ana say de omo ato no
near all can say
de omo ato no
near uze omo say because abeso no omo ntu omo ka no akuafo de kokoro da koma LBC no omo chits
ntu kra chits ne ya benya wo sika
no mom and okra chits na I almost of my mouth 3,000.
That constitutes the larger percentage.
No. There may a minor season. What is coming is the minor season. Me no kasai. So many cocoa, a platform of cocoa, or the qua LBC range. Because now I'm moving. I'm also LBC because cocoa was said to your man. Farmers, no. And now cocoa be or Monday, so I coffee. A lot of farmers are still having cocoa. What happened? Into so or tons of cocoa this year, they are almost 2,500.
And the yato dia guho, yato dada, and the ayento and the dorsum.
The thing I season the equity, the yato and the dorsum.
Okay.
And they are doing that on the dorsum. But the truth of the matter, so I say, cocoa, Oshep, Nipano was 6,000. And over 2,500.
So be about 3,000.
Anyway, my phone is
what's about 6,000? What command 3,000? What command 2,500? Instead of say, Obe show sympathy, I'm a cook. What's your catcher and say, Coco Krenina wabe demonstration. Or MPP ni. Or MPP go Krenina. Or you Ghana ni.
Na poyando odo.
Or MPP go Krenina.
Poyando do Coco da.
Or you Ghana ni.
Poyando odi net.
Yeni ni na neti aso ka odo.
No, odi net not odo Kwabena da me. Me am tiem do Kwabena no.
O mi kama se ni. Or you MPP go Krenina. Aja babra. Or you Ghana ni.
Na me Coco farm one him say.
Or you MPP go Krenina. Or you Ghana ni.
Me se me am tiem do Coco Krenina be no.
Or you MPP go Krenina. Or you Ghana ni.
Me da se ba me ko na osusu. Na so Coco nsem and we be about demonstration and the counter demonstration. Ya Jessica, one man is canny about ye, and who says to me. I can say, do be a drink. Then I'm more 6 minutes.
Better was say, we be a two-part analysis. The first analysis on the persona of Randy Abbey. What are the sense of Randy Abbey? Also, I got a car. No, I got pickups. Diamond Cove. We renovate government bungalow. The previous cocoa boss CEO won't be said there. Oja Nikala na there or the coffee. Honorable not here. The previous cocoa
you rub what he need.
7 series now.
Cars na no use. Oja cocoa board another or try the coffee.
I should answer that question. So, what's what I'm
there is no car policy. Hold on. Rhetorical. The cars in you. Randy, the party there for the CEO. Randy, I use your personal car for over 1 year. Ne personal cars.
It's not true.
You can go and check.
It's not true.
Or you should ne saloon car or Mercedes Benz. Let me use. And now you should ne 4x4 or the Kwejuma. Bungalow na otimino. Na edu timino. Ne beya owo parliament not to hobby. No, you're a member. What the boys' quarters were cocoa board bongo. This grown man, yeah, over parliament. Now, what say? Well, no, everybody be here before you. America. Now what the boys got is not true. This is on record. Nana Boy has put it on record. It's a lie. All right. Now the sense of when they left the place, have anybody asked what was the state of the place when they left?
And then let's go.
Hold on. That's a renovate government bungalow after grown-ups in now what's na hobby will you shoe ho what's one of na you have to allow me to something he was living in the house. It's not true. He was living in the house. Renovate government bungalow after one will free home. Is it a sin? Or in a private house? Honorable Edwin and Nebuchadnezzar grown-up children whether in a woman then so I'm saying that after the reservation, is it a sin?
Interesting.
It's not a sin. Cars no sir. Cars now was so awkward. The man has been careless for that the man before opening the cars OUC BM series from 2013 on whole. But when Bedu came, he didn't use it. Those cars are still in the pool. But when he left, all of the cars you see, it's not in the pool. It's not in the
because any evidence be
exactly. Okay. Let me go on.
What be some more say cars no?
I do cars are the oboa.
Listen. I'm the
When NDC came to power,
$32.9 billion debt and our cocoa board. 32.9 billion. What the 48 million or Jude Sachs for the next 5 years and above.
And what's wrong with that?
For the next 5 years and above.
And what's wrong with
you see nothing wrong with it.
When they had
48 million. It was in the December election year. And that money was debited from their foreign account. Boom!
That has been the practice.
That has been the practice. I'm giving figures and things and people are shaking. Punchlines punchline. And see what I'm saying there, if you look at this, that a car there over 32 years in a cocoa board, where do baby, where do you? So all successive political parties have been part. Now the question arises that do we continue the madness, or at some point, you better break the old colonial ways of doing things and institute a new regime. The man now says that, look, we are not going to go and take anybody's money again. You better raise the domestic bonds. Yanka say you better toye cocoa. You toye cocoa. You better make sure that there were enough of the cocoa left here in Ghana to fuel industrialization, processing of cocoa. Now you too, you have greater value than the raw cocoa beans in now. You have called abrochino. Is that not enough to clap for ourselves as a people? That the syndicated loans here, what therefore? And Kwaya and Kwafo Sawo just on the syndicated loan alone, before the farmers get the benefit, it's not a joke. So if we say we are not going to do that, and we are going to raise domestic bonds, you can say you cocoa, you determine what percentage of this money now you outside. Now you are making sure that you have enough cocoa left to fuel a local industrialization effort and adding value to the cocoa for exporter. Should we not be happy for this? Should, as a people. So the 32 years of madness, a kawa or dawa cocoa board, 1.2 billion every month in salaries to cocoa board. When the number here, 1.2 billion in salaries monthly to cocoa board staff. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Was that also from Rabiadi? We have to be serious.
Nobody discusses
and speak dispassionately about the process. Me, to me, I will never catch up my main casa. A process of deity. You can't tell me what you say. I am saying that the madness of 32 years of how we run our cocoa sector, looking at the facts and figures and the cover other way. And not back to a point with all the hooplaners and no, enough is enough. You break this colonial mindset. Now, what is the breaking? That mindset alone are revolutionary in thought. That mindset alone is going to save us. The mindset that you are controlling the factors. Now you are making sure. Look, I run a cocoa company in Ghana. Cocoa powder. Me pe cocoa at top on the Ghana market to run the company. Do you know how difficult it is to get cocoa? Because there's a certain percentage now work for domestic use. It goes to big multinationals. One of them make one chain. Now make us cocoa ni biton to use it for a domestic industrialization. Many people you say you grow cocoa, but I'm in the cocoa value chain. You can't get access to cocoa.
And to me, when you tell me that now you're going to give me access to cocoa, local cocoa, to do local business now, do you not think that I become excited?
No.
Because what you have done is that you are opening opportunity for many Ghanaians now to dream of entering the cocoa business. Look, all the big cocoa people, all the big businesses in Ghana, do you know what they should be doing? They should be opening factories. They should be getting ready for this wave, because there's opportunity there. The colonial ways of doing things and serving the European. There, it will come high cocoa now. A law, if you what the interest they would do chat with the zero. Now we are at the 94% plus of the cocoa that external. Now the internal crop in your be now talk na local business. Don't you think that this is something we should clap? We should clap for them. Don't you think that we should clap for 32 years of rock? 32 years of rock, and we are breaking the 32 years of rock.
One interesting thing. Normally, no, na producers in so your mama time kakra and no so my time bianca because you said that the time ni na wo brand can say to me and put to the price. Meet you.
Yeah.
All my time I can speak. Also speaking to the price.
No, but sure they can.
Iman onye Iman Ali waka said me yefuzi me mpasa
ntumo man so go
say bi o keep close of me mpasa so mo mkasa
unim de obeka nti na mpasa.
You see cocoa board issue no ya discuss on what issue pen also ya discuss what pede one car about pricing ya baka pricing there's a bigger picture. Say yen tumna yen sudam azena no na yasesa nzemama mo ba ya ani
so they
na mama ka se menchiro
ni panye
2023 to 2024 nzema bi so Ghana mesra bani if say your audit bi ala hwe that particular year no 2023 2024 hwe that particular year no e when that time no na nzema pi kro do Ghana na oyehu ebeka ya national service a scandal no actually ska wuwe nyinara that particular year 2023 ska shooting more than any other year by 5-6 times but 2023 something happened in Ghana in chen cocoa yes tell you enyim there eboto no cocoa based on data one can say wo na a projection ukiza abofo na akohwi oyemaiga na partiful ukizi abofo na akohwi there obotumu a supply one cocoa of a certain quantity
800,000
or project 800,000 they prepare to sell over 700,000 when they knew they didn't have the cocoa.
Oh how? Yeah, that's what.
Until you supplied only 400 over 400,000.
Yes.
Ikizi abofo na akohwi
That was the road.
and aka forward sale and chisikan.
Yeah.
Then
the following year you have to.
Michael, maybe so was.
Let's say we are backing vocals.
Oh, say they should keep quiet. No more Ghana for the cocoa for Ankasan one can answer because one is it Utum Kadada for they best supply a certain quantity of let's say man you see next time we have the projection. That's our projection.
Yes, so how do you fall short?
How do you fall short 40%?
But that sponsor one internal election. External election in town. What is it? Abuafuna Koshi. There, you put in your supply. 700,000 tons of. 800. No, production was 800, but they said they were going to supply 700,000 over 700,000 tons of cocoa. Yeah. Then they ended up supplying 400. Now your projection, your calculation, and we need too because they needed money. So when that time, what hedging at 2,600. No, what did the miskin now? What's the bugu account him? The Mexican then check a supply as 700 let's say supply only 400. Second kind of even. No, the second kind tell us what cocoa board when I count him. I'm a subsequent year no. It was that cocoa not a supply. The Mexican was never in the account. Second was the fine. What was this kind of fine? Hey. It's no one the cocoa summer. No one. Oh, what's the increase cocoa hectare. You're probably increase cocoa production by over 200,000 tons. It's a very cocoa rehabilitation. Now you increase production. And then Equity loan for Africa Development Bank, $350 million. There, as a buyer prepare, as a buyer rehabilitate 156,400 acres of cocoa. Hectares of cocoa. Second Equity, $350 million from Africa Development Bank. You go to the Mexican, I'm fine yet. Second sign, my boy cocoa. And you find a cocoa board account him, you can use 700 million Ghana cedis. As a baka, $350 million in Akadeno. Instead of 156,400 hectares of cocoa farm rehabilitation, you only did 40,000. You only did 40,000 because you needed money to run your internal elections for a candidate and also to run national elections. Why are the masking now? Say cocoa board. So we'll make it profit. So 700,000 so we'll make it profit. In Chabuchi Bay, in Chabuchi, then Sabos profit. There's a cushion farmers. Money Ghana, one MPP for. I said why Ghana has a ton of serious people are in Chambai. No, there's every time one Ghana. No, when you are not what casa, when you are not what casa, sure, cocoa sacks or lifespan because of environmental degradation and the effect on environment is cocoa sack biala or lifespan.
How long?
2 to 3 years.
No.
Oh, check. No, you can check. Go and check.
Honorable year, also for the
go and check.
Also for the bra.
It import cocoa sacks. Jute sacks are for 15 years.
50 years for
carry forward. 50. Actually, cocoa sacks we import in pa. We come kill your porto. The following year, instead of second was because you caught no, we import new ones. Madness, I can't answer here. Madness, living a make away. Madness, I can't answer. That's a whole sacks in a way. Cocoa bottle. Cocoa, but if you could port time when you, it's one about you see, to use the money, go and take the one at the port.
6 months with 2 years.
Yes, I'm telling you. And then I import cocoa sacks for 15 years. On your madness. Listen, I've listened to MP.
It's a lie.
Say it's not a lie. Okay, listen to me.
No, what happened?
Let's say MP before. Let me tell you. United Party for say actual reforms in Abanza Abana. Go to our GTP. If we want reforms in Abanza Abana, no be no or GTP. Ebeka there come president copy. You see election no. You come president copy there. Planning in Zamawum Fabina Fabugana. It's a bunch of reforms no by that. If you want ma trader of GTP. Marty MP before about this cocoa issue. One former finance minister, I couldn't go and OUA. I couldn't be said name. We go and Mobesha name. Offended. I mean, Anta. My to go upon Kuma. No, what a far guy so I don't say expert to say former spokesperson. Oh, man, young boy, young man, young money. No, a media person or a Fifi Boafu. Mati won na wasem work. So them confuse. This is their mentality. You should let them stay far away from cocoa board. Yeah. Former finance minister that's something there. Oh, problem say when is because of the stability of our currency. So to him, the city should depreciate. Oh yeah, until Charlie. He has said it. He did press conference and said it. No, press conference. He cited press conference in the context. Press conference No, you never said that. Listen to him. Say to play that time. When you had attack, also be mentioned. No, man had a press conference. Man is lying. Amin had a press conference. Oh no, I say. Your problem is as a result of overvaluation of our currency. That's the word he used. Overvaluation of our currency. Can you imagine? Former finance minister. Second, us young Kobo Bosa name bail farmers out. This is a finance minister. What's the ministry? And now if we needed only 9 billion to bail out banks in Ghana, they spent 25 billion to close those banks. That's it. You see, oh, but where is it on your haircut?
The 6 minutes Nedro.
We have
to rationalize that. 6 minutes.
My mental haircut. When you talk to my phone, haircut in there. If there has been a reduction in the value of your assets, your investment or your data, on often haircut. Price reduction is not haircut. Open equalization, man. Open equalization. What's that? I'm in the background the economics and finance. The question I'm making you there. Say 3,600 now. I old price now. What time I'm on cheat no. Say abandon reduce. That is 3,600. That would have been haircut. But he's paid. What about the component? That's a new one. You've not sold. Based on price on the market. Based on the price on the market. What about your albatross? 6 minutes. Around the haircut equalization. 10 minutes. If you go for the no, wait, land. 6 minutes. You 50% local production a year, hey, TV3. You see, I mean, that was look, let's continue. For the purpose of our business, for the purpose of our so far, no, all the time is up. It was at the I have the floor. You gave me the floor. You gave me the floor. You gave me the floor. No, I'll make it. I can you gave me the floor. It's very important. I will provide something here. No, did you provide evidence? No, did you provide evidence? Just give me one. I want to correct one notion here. Messi there.
I have the floor.
No, interrupt him there. When you made the claim.
Thank you very much. Make 1 minute.
You see, baha akwanya yenya say nyese ye na ye intelligent to system no e bi no tifia o mo hwe ya at least o mo nim nyansa akwa cha ya yete
ayo no kwa
this ye kasa ye mfa ni di emom
obi anke bi na nyize bi ala nyim you see, when you make such a statement, it's as if somebody here.
No, you
should retract that statement. No, you should retract that statement. Because I just spoke. I just finished speaking. So when you tell the president that, no, but I just finished. I just finished speaking. No, so you have to correct that.
Okay, make 1 minute.
I will tell you
that. What is it? Yeah. Honorable Aminata kind say. Mr. Randebi, and one of the can, as him say, the foreign buyers are not buying our cocoa because the cocoa is expensive. Dr. Rebecca, you, and you can't Rebecca.
I can't wait him.
I think it's one of his press conference of kind. Media engagement. And I mean, and Rebecca, this is a basic economic principle. That when you overvalue your currency, your export becomes more expensive.
It is never true. Let me tell you, it's never true.
Oh,
let me tell you this. I'm coming here. There's nothing. We have never. No. We have never. I'm allowing to go there. We have not revalued our currency. We have not devalued our currency. I like what you said.
But also to me, can't me say. As a host of the show, no. So we can't now be better say, oh my God, never been so.
No. That's why they were warned there when they were doing that artificial, when they were propping the dollar artificially. They warned them.
No. Say
it will make your exports more expensive. And that's an economic principle. So that's what I
mean,
he never said my explanation say they cannot pay cocoa farmer because the dollar has come down. It's honorable it was wonderful.
What kind of way?
He made that statement first. Okay, I think Assassin Radio also. Say yes. Say they cannot pay.
Or can Assassin Radio?
I think Assassin supported. And J12 support. No, Assassin supported. And J12 supported. Or say that was first explanation. But when there were people saying the cocoa farmers are not getting their money. No, they can't pay because the dollar is down.
No. He said, let me tell you what he said.
No.
You see, no, you're lying.
It's not true.
1 minute.
And then too, on the jute, I said,
okay. 1 minute. 1 minute.
This discussion is about the current price we know.
No. We are discussing.
It's not about the rot at cocoa board.
You see what
if it's about the rot at if it's about the rot in cocoa board, what is the government doing about it? If it's about the rot in cocoa board,
don't worry, very soon.
Yeah, more tools. Is that not it? To exercise that tool on behalf of the people. If it is true that NPP government really pillaged cocoa board to this level,
don't worry.
What prevent the government from taking action? So for a year they are not taking action. Don't do a political speech, doing name calling. When you have a duty, you are not fulfilling. So the president has this. So let's stop this cheap politics. It's expensive politics. No, if there is
it's on record.
So for
Cocoa board in 2023. Is that the first Sika?
Yes.
Say your best supply abrofun over 750 metric tons of
cocoa. So what are you
me mamu nyina time na mo de aka sem bi but said dey na me mo bi time bi o me mo bi time bi o you know kuti me da say ebo bokwa me da say Honorable Mega Medase. Nana Owusu Medase. Na answer na ebe sorry so no. Na the producer say me kan we answer. Or say haircut. The meaning of haircut. Or say a haircut in economics and finance refers to a percentage reduction applied to the value of an asset or the amount of debt owed.
Yes, exactly.
It acts as a safety buffer against risk.
So Ebu is right.
Commonly reducing me pacho.
You are
disappointing me.